Anyways, so moving up in the middle. By the 1600s, after these, really at the end of these religious wars, the search for the truth in the West began with the assumptions that these religious texts weren't worth digging into anymore. They were too biased, too religious, and too unreliable. Henceforth, historical truth was defined by objectivity, and this objectivity, often defined by its lack of religious bias, particularly, but again, the focus is on all bias, but really it's coming from a background of religious bias dominating, right? Because a lot of these differences, again, in the wars, come from different historical understandings of events, right? You don't just have different, and again, religious historical, because everything is religious still at this stage. So the Protestants looked at history, particularly the history of the church, very differently than the Catholics looked at history. And so when people kind of got fed up with both sides and were like, okay, but then what actually happened, because their assumption is both of them are kind of lying, then yeah, it has to begin by pushing all of this religious bias outside, right? Now, the question is, we understand why the West became like that, right? But now let's look at what does this mean in practice?